Hi everybody, welcome back to Shiva Live, and if it's your very first time, then thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. You are welcome. Take a seat, grab a snack, get some tea, okay, get some tea. Today, as you can clearly tell from the title, I'm gonna be talking about dating advice for young girls, teenage girls, or like college years, right? I don't know why, but somehow, like the universe put this in my spirit today. And I was just thinking about all the advice that I wish I had when I was going through college and like my early 20s, even high school, definitely high school, because that's when I really needed it the most. And hopefully you can relate. Hopefully you find it helpful. And if you can't, share it with somebody who you think might be able to. So I'm going to get some agave for my tea and then we're going to get into it. Yes, I'm using a fork. I'm using a fork because a fork is what's clean, okay? My number one piece of advice, right, is to respect yourself. Now, I know that sounds so cliche. Y'all just gonna cut the grass? Y'all just gonna cut the grass in the middle of my video? What I mean by carrying yourself with respect is, you know, treating people a certain way, treating yourself a certain way, making sure that you're demanding the respect that you deserve. Like, at the end of the day, you're the shit. And you should always make sure that people treat you like you're the shit. And that doesn't mean that you're above anybody or anything like that, but it just means that when people treat you poorly, you know, you make sure that you handle it with a certain level of class or couth, as they say, right? For example, when I was in high school, I had a really close friend and we were like best friends, right? To make a long story short, you know, when I consider someone to be my good friend or my best friend or whatever, when I say I'm your friend, I'm a Leo, okay? My loyalty is like this. It's very hard to lose the grip. When shit hit the fan and we ended up not really being friends anymore, to make a long story short, she went and told anyone who would listen. It was her right to do that. Did I agree with it? Absolutely not. Did I like it? Definitely not. Was it upsetting? Absolutely. However, when people would ask me, what happened, Shiva? Oh, I heard this and I heard that. I would literally just say, like, oh, we're just not friends anymore. I don't know what happened. Or, of course I knew what happened. But in my head, that was between me and her. You know what I'm saying? That is how you deal with something with respect. I take pride in the fact that no one could walk around saying, oh, when you were friends with such and such, remember you dragged her name through the mud after y'all stopped being friends. No, people would be like, oh, well, respect. True. Like, Shiva never broke her loyalty to the situation. Like, she kept it cool, she kept it cute. It's about just always being in the right. Like, keep your name clean. Does that make sense? Keep your name clean. If somebody does something to you that you don't like, you don't go and try to get them back, or you don't, you know, go and try to, you know, sabotage this or go talking shit and da-da-da. I mean, yes, emotions get the best of us sometimes and it happens. That's just life. But generally speaking, what respect you put out into the world, you will ultimately get it back, even if you don't get it back in that moment. Part of having respect for yourself is also demanding respect in return. When I say demanding, that doesn't mean like, you gonna respect me. It's not that. Sometimes you have to respect yourself enough to know when to walk away from a situation. Whether that's with a friendship, whether that's with a relationship, whether that's a job, whether that's a coworker, dating or not really. Respect yourself enough to know when to exit stage left, because what are you going to think to yourself? I respect people and I expect their respect in return. And when I don't get it and when I can't get it, I'm just going to leave that situation and move on forward. That's how in dating, like that's how, you know, years later you get the same exes coming back to you saying, oh, you didn't deserve that. That's what you want. Like, even though it doesn't matter because now you want them back anyway, but the point is you maintained a certain respect for yourself. So even if people don't see it now, they'll see it later because it will always come full circle. It's beneath you, sis. It's beneath you. Number 2, multi-date, multi-dating, aka be a hoe. If you want to be a hoe, you have every right to your hoe phase as a woman, but that's a whole nother video. What I'm trying to say is just try not to put all of your eggs in one basket. Just try to realize that even though you might be in love with someone and it might be a very real thing and it might go super far, just try to remember and keep things in perspective that you are young. You literally have 50, 60, 70 more years of life left, okay? In order for you to really figure out what it is you really want, you have to taste a little bit of this, taste a little bit of that. How do you know what your favorite food is if you haven't tried a whole bunch of stuff? If you only have, I don't know, watermelon every day for the next 10 years, and somebody asks you what your favorite fruit is, can you really say your favorite fruit is watermelon? How do you know that watermelon is your favorite fruit? Because you haven't really tried anything else. You see? It's the same kind of concept of multi-dating. People always want to say, oh, she dated this person, she dated that person, da, 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 da. People will, when you're young, that shit matters. But let me tell you, I promise you can ask anybody my age who is at a certain level up in their life. No one, when you get older, no one gives a shit. Like right now, you're young and people might be like, oh, she dated him, she done talked to everybody and da da da. When you get older, the selection gets a lot smaller and people just don't care. Like when you're approaching your 30s, trust me, the only people who will be still talking that type of shit are people who have not grown, not done anything with their life, still in the same place, still doing the same shit from high school or college or whatever. That's the only people who will still be having those conversations. Anyone else who has grown and moved on with their life will not care. And it will be very normal for you to date around and date different people. To bring it on home for you though, I want you to realize, don't put all your eggs in one basket. I don't even want to make it seem like it always has to be a dude is doing you dirty. Maybe you're just not feeling it. Like, maybe you're just not really that into him, sis, and that's fine. But just realize, like, don't waste too much time on this person if it's not working out, because you have so many options, okay? You're cute, bomb personality, you're smart, you're fun, you got, you have all these things going for yourself. Just try to remember that you're a youngin'. The selection is just so endless. You just want to make sure that you're testing and trying, you're dating different people, and you're getting all of these different experiences. That way you can really figure out what works for you, what you really like, and ultimately what you really need in a man, okay? Because being cute when you get older is not enough. Being funny when you get older is not enough, sis. What you want at 18 is not what you want at 21 necessarily. What you want at 21 damn sure won't probably be what you want at 31. You feel me? Like, it will happen to some people who do get fortunate for that. Like, I got fortunate in that situation where I found the person I wanted to be with at a young age, and we've managed to grow together and all this other stuff. But generally speaking, what you want then won't be what you want now, because people grow at different paces and people want different things as they get older and people go in different directions. So all I'm saying is, don't be in such a rush to settle down, okay? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. All right, number 3, last but not least, this is it. This is the final word of advice. It's never that serious, sis. It's never that serious. Sometimes when you're younger and your feelings are in it, sometimes even when you're older, but when you're younger, specifically, things can feel a lot more serious than what they actually are. Now, that is not to minimize, when somebody breaks your heart, or, the way you feel about someone and how much you love someone, it's not to minimize that at all. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is, when you start to get older, you realize that, even if it hurts, or even if things don't feel good right now, or whatever, you just gotta keep pushing. And that doesn't mean keep it pushing beyond that person or like past that person. When I was in college, I was going through some rough moments, patches, death in the family, breakup, multiple breakups, and it was just a rough time. And I remember even then, and even some of my friends at that time, when we were in school, were having problems with their boyfriends. Boyfriend was doing this and that and whatever. And I was not handling my schoolwork. I was so depressed. I was not going to class, or I was so distracted and caught up in my feelings. Like, I don't even know how to describe, but I was just so distracted, like just so distracted by the way I felt and how sad I was and how you know, what was going on in my relationship, and if he felt this way, or if this was gonna happen, or if that was gonna happen, that it completely threw me off from all of the other things that were way more important than a man or a boy. A boy, because even at that age, you're not even a man yet. A boy, so much more important than any boy could ever have been, okay? In the bigger scheme of things, it's just not that serious. It's just not. Like, I hate to make it sound that way, but it just simply isn't. There's people who are not knowing where their next meal will come from. There's people who have so much huger, more gigantic issues than their boyfriend being mad. I know it's hard. And you do have to give yourself a little time and space to, you know, sometimes you gotta give yourself some time and space to feel however it is that you feel. It might not be a heartbreak, but however it is that you feel. But you just can't dwell in it and let it trickle over and bleed over into all the other things of your life. Trust me, it really sucks to look back and be like, damn, you mean to tell me I failed my classes, lost my job, lost my friends, got fat, gained a whole bunch of pimples, I don't know, whatever happens, okay? Because I've done it all, okay? I've done it all right? Every single one of those mistakes I've made, except for losing my friends, because I'm a bomb-ass friend, okay? So I've never lost my friends, honey. The point is, it would suck to go through all that, and then the whole situation works itself out, and you realize, like, damn, I didn't even have to go through all that. I could have just continue to go to class, continue to do my job at work, continue to hang out with my friends, and the situation still would have worked itself out. You sitting around, moping around, giving all your attention to some boy, all right, is not going to change the outcome. The outcome is going to be what the outcome is going to be. You not going to class or not doing, you know, what you're supposed to do, or not going to parties, and it's not going to change the situation. It's going to be what it's going to be, whether it happens now or whether it happens later. If you go into a party, causes your relationship to break up, let me tell you, I promise you, it was gonna happen regardless. You go into a party tomorrow, okay, is not going to save your relationship. It might save it for tomorrow or for this week, but it's not going to save it for next week and the week after and the week after. So you making those temporary decisions is not going to change the inevitable bigger picture decision or thing that's going to happen. So live your best life despite whatever is going on. I understand that you might be sad. Take your time to be sad, whatever. Dust it off and keep it pushing. Handle your business, because you're beautiful, you're talented, you're smart. Anybody out there will be so blessed to have you, and your goals are not going to be dependent on a man. Say it with me now, your goals are not going to be deferred because of a man. Okay, amen. Oh, somebody else say amen. Okay. On a serious note though, I hope that these 3 major pieces of advice was helpful for someone out there. If you are in college, if you're a teenager, if you're in your early 20s, and you're going through some things, I hope this is helpful, useful. Take it from me. I've been there. I've made all the mistakes. So have all my friends. I'm trying to save you and help guide you so you don't have to go through what we went through. If you have any questions, if you have any concerns, any advice that you need more specifically, drop it in the comments and I will get back to you. You can also follow me on Instagram or DM me on Instagram if you want to remain anonymous and you don't want to be in the comments or something. And I will get back to you. So yeah, I hope this was helpful. I hope it was impactful, mindful, useful, and I will see you guys in the next video. Oh wait, if you like this video, don't forget to like it. That's right, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Now, I'll see y'all later.